Um, just lock it in for a little video, a little quick live video. So if you happen to catch this right here, it's just gonna be for a live stream for later on. So we're gonna have something to talk about. And the one topic that I want to talk about is this Zayas. Everybody's coming after him, right? About he's the weakest champion now at 154 pounds, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, at 154 pounds, he's the weakest champion, huh? I'm gonna let y'all, a couple of y'all get up in here real quick, right? Check it out. I'm at the lake. I got the bike with me. You know what I'm saying? We riding real clean right now. You know what I'm saying? We got the dual battery. That's how we doing it right now. But check it out. Um, so in the boxing, as far as Xander Zayas, right? My question wants to be for you guys tonight when you guys check this video out. Yo, what's up, man, right? Here's what they're saying. They're saying that Xander Zayas, right, at 154 pounds is the weakest champion, right? But I disagree. I disagree. Now, here's food for thought. I would like you guys to think about this as you guys come in. And I'm just gonna make this short and brief, and then I'm gonna go on when I get back into the lab, right? And we're locked in Round One Sports Talk Studio, and we could talk more in depth about the situation. But here for later on, this is what I got. Want you guys to ask yourself: okay, if Xander Zayas is the weakest champion at 154, then why is he the best boxer we have at 154? Xander Zayas is the best technical boxer out of all the champions at 154. I didn't say power puncher, no. Uh, um, Muratayev, he's probably one of the strongest punchers, but he's not a technical boxer like Xander Zayas. And Sebastian Fundora, it doesn't look more fundamentally sound and does the small things. Sebastian Fundora, he's weak over the top. He has a lot of flaws. And Terrence Crawford is not in the 154. He's fighting Saul Canelo Alvarez. So if we just eliminate Terrence Crawford, because this conversation is without Terrence Crawford, I'm speaking with, meaning that Terrence Crawford has already left and made the decision to fight Saul, and that's what he's doing in September, right? Okay, then. So if we're looking at all the current champions at 154, to be honest with you, Xander's the more technical boxer out of them all. He might not have the power like that, and that's up for debate because he's 22 years old, right? Think about this. He's 22 years old, and he was beating the brakes off these dudes, bro. Listen, there was a lot of like that Sanchez fight. He could have had that dude. Yo, he had that dude in all kinds of trouble. There was a lot of fights that the dudes did survive against Xander, right? They did survive the fight. But let's remember at those times, what were they fighting? A 19-year-old kid? An 18-year-old kid? A 17-year-old kid? Because remember, Top Rank signed him at 16. So he was out there cracking skulls already, you know what I'm saying? He had Winfield in all kinds of trouble. You know, he dropped him. And those were like his real early fights, like when he was like coming, like the beginning of his fights and shit. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching Xander and I'm saying yesterday, yo, everybody got him like the weakest champion and shit. And that, oh, he's going to lose his belt on his first title. But I'm like, wait a minute. If you want to be technical, right? All around, Xander's the boxer out of all the champions. He's way better. He's way better. Like the way he looks fundamentally sound. He does all the little things. Yo, Sebastian Fundora got mad flaws. Even Moratayev, right? He's powerful. He's powerful. I'm not gonna say he's a more technical boxer than Xander. Nah, hell no, bro. And they saying that Xander's the weakest fucking champion at 154, and I'm sitting there looking at it like, how's that fucking possible? on any given motherfucking Sunday, like they say, boxing can beat any style. If you're a good, pure boxer and you understand a lot of shit, like that style can beat any style. As you can see, look, right? Xander goes ahead and he pitches a shutout against fucking Perez there, right? Or Chino. He pitches a shutout. But no sooner that he pitched that shutout, Chino had beat the number one contender, the best boxing prospect, the best number one contender at the time to contend for any of the champions at a world championship was Conwell. Yo, Chino went in there and spanked that dude, right? So, where a lot of people like to use the triangle theory. Usyk beat the man that beat the man, so that makes Usyk the man. So I'm like, hold up. Didn't Xander just spank the man that beat the man? So like they need to have the same energy about like it's kind of like a double standard when it comes to some of these fighters, bro. That's bullshit, bro. Because Xander, if these dudes stop being so goddamn biased and they start to look at boxing in its purity, right? They would see that Xander is way better, more technical and put together than the rest of the champions. For them to turn around and say that he's the weakest champion, I think they underestimated him, just like Chino underestimated him on that night and he spanked him. And then when Xander got up in the cards, what do you guys expect? Xander to just go out there and just go rock'em sock'em with Chino in his first world title fight? Just throw me dame right there. Let's risk it because you're behind, right? That's like the dude you playing dice with him, right? And you're playing $1 bets, right? Pa pa pa. You get him up to $20. Then he wants you to put the whole $20 on one shot. Bro, I didn't make it on one shot. I had to beat you $20. I had to beat you 20 times to get that $20. And you want me to throw, you're the fool for putting it all the 20 on one shot. Because you making the work easy for him. While you had to hit motherfucking 20 straight shots, bam, 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 to get it one at a time. I didn't get it all at one time. You ain't getting it back all at one time. Get it the way I got it. I had to beat you one, run a dollar. Fuck that, bro. You gonna have to beat me 20 times like I beat you 20 times. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And Matias didn't, I'm sorry. Xander just didn't give Conwell the opportunity to steal the night when he was getting outboxed all night. And that's exactly what happened. Xander outboxed Chino. Outboxed Chino. If I said Conwell, I think I did. But he outboxed Chino. And when Xander outboxed him, he was outboxing him all night. These guys were talking about, Xander didn't go in there for the kill. And he didn't show that dominance. What you mean show that dominance? Didn't go in for the kill, bro. He's trying to secure his first shot at a world title. Those other fights, when I go out there, slug it out, bang, and try to make legendary moments, that'll come later in my career. But let me secure the bag on the first one at 22 years old, and they don't want to give the young man credit for pitching a shutout. For pitching a shutout, bro. Yo, listen, let me read out some y'all shit. He was running and hugging, bro. Was that not a good game plan for Liam Paro against Subir Matias? Was that not a good game plan? So when Liam Paro did it to Subir Matias, it's okay to do it. It's smart boxing. Don't let Matias fire off on you on the inside. Grab him. So it's okay to grab Matias, but when Xander does it to take away what he's good at, see, Xander's team did their homework. And if Chino couldn't figure how to get out of that, right, and fight better and be a better boxer and beat Xander, at a boxing game, Xander took his inside game away from him. So you want Xander to, it would make you feel better if Xander didn't clinch him at all and stood inside in the pocket and just took damage and gave Chino the opportunity at where he's good at. See, that was the thing with Liam Paro. When he did it to Subriel, he frustrated Subriel. Subriel didn't know how to get out of that shit. And Liam Paro walked out of Puerto Rico with his belt, right? Okay? And when Alberto Puello did it to Subriel Matias in New York right now, that Alberto Puello is not a clincher. He turned into a clincher against Subriel. Why? He was taking too much damage. So what he wanted to do was minimize some of the that's technique, that's boxing. You're supposed to recognize that, frame out of that, push out. Don't let the guy grab you. Use your jab more. Change up the cadence in your punches. You know what I'm saying? Stay out on the outside. Can you adapt and can you switch up? Or did what the truth is that Xander took away all Chino's greatest attributes. He took away all his greatest attributes, bro. And he left Chino with nothing but frustration, bro. Chino was frustrated. And then Xander was getting up on the scorecard. What is your coach gonna tell you? Hey kid, you're pitching a shutout. You know what I want you to do? I want you to be reckless. I want you to go out there and go look for the knockout. I want you to not grab or clinch him, and I want you to go in there and just exchange with him in the inside. Can you do that for me, kid? You think your coach is gonna tell you that? What's your coach gonna tell you? Yo, kid, you're up. Don't do anything stupid, kid. This is our first world title. Me and you, kid. I've been raising you since the beginning. It's not time to get pretty. And no, coach, I want to knock him out. Listen to me, son. Listen to me. I don't care what you want. I need you to get the job done. Can you get the job done for me, son? Can you do that? Huh? I'll let you go for the knockout on the next one. But what I need you to do is stay focused. I need you to grab him. Grab him when he gets close to you. Don't let him fire off. Okay? Hey, look at me. Look at me. You with me? You with me? Go get him, Tiger. Get him. All right? I'm not sending my guy out there. I'm giving him good boxing instructions. I'm not going to turn into Teofimo Lopez's dad. Knock this guy out already. Just get this bum out of here. Knock him out. That's all he was telling his son while he was in there getting his ass whooped by George Camboza, a lesser foe, and his own dad couldn't recognize to snap his son out of it and tell his son some real boxing shit in a boxing situation. Xander did exactly what he needed to do. He did exactly what he needed to do. And I'm proud of the young man. Bro, how could you be like, right? Oh, Xander didn't do his job right, or he didn't, by what standard? By what measuring? Did he basically win every single round? The fight wasn't even really like on a scorecard type shit. It wasn't even close. That's actually like a fucking dominant ass motherfucking performance by Xander in actuality. But just to discredit him, because everybody's already putting it out there. Oh no, he's the weaker champion. He's the weakest champion, and that he's not. He's food for all the champions at 154. And I'm sitting here, and I'm watching all the champions at 154 yesterday. I'm watching Xander, and I'm saying to myself, the first thing I notice, Xander's a better boxer than all of them. He might not be the best, the more power puncher. No. He might not have all the height, like 6'6", like the Tower Inferno. No. And these guys all bring other attributes. Now, we're talking about 154 without Terrence Crawford. Remember this conversation, because Terrence Crawford is fighting Saul. He ain't fighting at 154, he's fighting at 168. So he's not in the conversation, okay? But all the champions that are there right now, he's actually a better boxer than all the champions, technically. Like, all the small things are fundamentally sound, all that shit. Xander's better than all of them. He looks better. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of holes and flaws and Sebastian Fundora. Say he's real awkward, but what he lacks in skill, he makes up for his reach and his height. You can't catch his jaw. You know what I'm saying? Let me read up on some of y'all messages. The sun is like reflecting and shit. I got my bike parked over there. See, I rode down to the lake. It's hot as shit today, bro. It's dumb hot. But I'm at the lake. I was thinking about jumping in. I'm down here, and I got the bike in the back. You see it back there? So let me read some of y'all messages and shit. Uh, what's up, baby? Yo, listen, and all to all my people that work out with me and stuff, we are gonna still work out, but I am nursing the leg and shit. The shit split open yesterday, and all that shit started coming out. So my wife was like, like, and then I kind of like got lightheaded and shit. So my wife was like, yo, just please just relax the leg. You're gonna be good. You'll start working out again. And I'm like, I know, because we're driven. We're driven. We're not motivated. We have discipline. You know what I'm saying? You could be motivated for a few days, but discipline sustains. So, back to the conversation. Let me answer some of y'all questions. Xander was clinching too much. Yeah, I read that one. Stay out of the lake today? Yeah, nah. I don't, I didn't grab any of those waterproof band-aids and shit. I don't want no shit to get inside of the infection. Because now, like, the wound split open and everything's leaking out. So it's like a hole inside my fucking shin, bro. So it's going to be easy to get infection inside there. So I don't want to do that. That's what's up. 5'7" at the age of what, 15? That's good. That's good. I'm 5'9" on a tall day with four pairs of socks on and like some stuffers inside my sneakers, and maybe if I was arching up like this on a really tall day and I was thinking tall thoughts, I'm 5'9" and shit. But reality is much, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, I'm like 5'7", 5'8", somewhere around there. I like to, if I'm gonna say something, just in case, I'm gonna keep it on the high end. Let's go on the high end. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Actuality, I'm like 6'5" in real life. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yeah, he was hugging too, Liam Paro. But hugging, clinching, and even pawing out the jab are things that you're not supposed to do in boxing. But to a certain point, they tolerate it. Even when they're discussing this little no running rule, right? Okay, what do you describe as a runner, right? As long as if you're evading and using your footwork, but you're working, and the action is not too far in between, and that when the guy's attacking you, all you're doing is circling out, circling out, circling out. Now that's running. But now if you're stepping back, resetting, and then countering, right? You're countering, pa pa pa, and then he comes with a lot of pressure. You elusively go duck underneath, go backwards, get off the rope, and spin off, and then recenter in the middle, and then just throw like one jab and shit, right? I think you're still good. That's not running. You were just evading. Recenter. Let his aggression, because sometimes when you hit a guy with a good shot, they want to get it back. So they get all frustrated and come at you. You can evade in those moments. And then, but now, if you keep just going backwards, sidestepping everything, and in the whole round, your punch output is like 13 punches, and you land it out of 13, 4 punches, there's a problem. There's a problem there. Now, you see what I'm saying? But there's different situations, because when Liam Paro was grabbing Subir Matias, he was grabbing him, he was spinning him, and then he was hitting on the inside, and he was working well. When Subriel did all that work and took those shots in order to come in, as soon as he got to that threshold, Liam Paro would grab him. like that. It looked more sloppier as the fight went on with Liam Paro and Subriel. But in the beginning, when Liam Paro was doing it and he was fresh and he was strong, he was doing it fucking, he had Subriel in all kinds of fucking frustration, bro. For Subriel just didn't have no answer for that on that night. Now you can't do that to Subriel. You see what Alberto Puello tried to do, and Subriel would just fucking man muscle him out and push him. And then Alberto Puello started using his head. He started coming down with his head, leading with his head, so that it gives him the entrance so that he can grab Subriel. You see, because he when he throws the jab, Subriel was tearing that side up, and he was working good and hitting him with shovel punches up in the inside, and Subriel was even popping off that left check hook, so he had Alberto Puello in all kinds of trouble. So Alberto was using the head to grab the clinch. What he was doing was a bit more dirty of a tactic. And if you go back and you look at that fight, how many times did Alberto Puello headbutt Subriel Matias? That even Subriel Matias got frustrated in the fight and went like that and was like, yo, bro, you gonna keep using your head? You know what I'm saying? And look, check this out, right? Like, a lot of these tactics, is to what? To disrupt and take away some of your opponent's best attributes. That's what this shit is for, right? If they can't figure out what the fuck is going on and how to get out of that and make their own adjustments, well, then you're just beating them at their own game. If the referee, right, all he did all fight was give my man a fucking, like one warning, hey, stop clinching, and all night, that's for the entire fight, one time, hey, stop clinching. If that's all you're gonna get penalized for that, to win the fight, bro, I think you employed a good strategy then. I couldn't be mad at Liam Paro when he beat Subriel like that, did we? Nah, we was like, okay, fair play, you got him. That was some bullshit, Liam Paro, but you got him. What did he do? He worked his way back up. Look where he's at today. Then we got what I was talking about on the live, right? With Dominican boxing. Sorry, my brother's cousins. Man, listen, Dominican. Damn, bro. Manny Pacman took a loss. And the funny thing, he didn't look bad. He looked strong and good, but I thought he was pushing the pressure on the Japanese fighter to, like, bring him out to the later rounds. But the way Manny Pacman was putting the pressure, he was taking too much damage. And he wasn't bringing up the Japanese heart rate. He just had the Japanese dude treated him like a punching bag. Manny Pacman. Yeah, I don't think the fight card tells the story. I don't think that should tell the story in that fight, because I actually liked the way Manny Pacman was fighting until I didn't. Until I didn't no more. I was like, damn, he fucking up. I was like, what he's doing is all wrong. Because at one point in the fight, I was with him. I was like, look at this pressure. He's going to try to, like, wear down the Japanese dude, right? And so I was with him on it. But when he wasn't doing enough, he wasn't making enough contact. He wasn't, and he was throwing some hard punch, little Pac-Man, but he bought into the notion that he had to be fast and burst. Like Manny Pacman had to be fast and burst. That took a lot of power, a lot of energy to sustain, to keep himself, like, jumping off bursts like that. He didn't actually settle down and fight and actually box. You know what I'm saying? And then when he tried to, the Japanese really sat down on his punches and was coming forward and was wiping him down. He was wiping him down, man. And I was just like, whoa. And then, the Vargas, but let's not get too far. Let's stay right here on Manny Pacman. So I look, for as wild as I've seen Manny Pacman in the past, and you got to remember, both these dudes don't even got 10 fights, bro. 10 fights. They don't even got 10 fights. Yo, hit them like buttons, man, for me. Both these guys together, like, both their records are they were under 10 fights and shit. So, listen, shout out to Japan. They went and got themselves another title. Now, Santo Domingo, uh, si no me equivoco, bro. Oh, shit. I didn't even think of this until, like, right now. Dominican fights have... I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Who am I missing? Carlos Adames is their only world champion. They only got one champion now. Santo Domingo has been reduced to one champion, unfortunately. They got to get some belts back, bro. Yo, DR, bro, where you guys at, man? Show up. Show the fuck up, bro. Get your fucking troops in line, bro. Snap them motherfuckers in shape, Santo Domingo, and let's get these belts back, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got some good prospects. You got the Soreno brothers. They popping off and shit. They about to, me and Jose Camachito, we talking about going down to their next fight together and shit. So I might be at the Soreno's next fight and shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Santo Domingo, bro. You know, I'm if not both them Sereno brothers, I think will be world champion. I'm not sure the when and the where, but their dedication to the sport is good. I like those la bazooka. Yo, Santo Domingo, y'all gotta get up, bro. You guys got to dust yourselves off and get some more belts. Don't worry. Everybody got highs and lows. Bro, one day we'll be, 1 year we'll be down, 1 year you'll be up. That's how it's go. But you got to stay in the game, Santo Domingo. You guys have got to compete. You guys got to go out there and stake your claim. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. Fuck it. You guys are down to one belt. All right. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Rock on. And then if Carlos Adames can, like, get your champion, your last champion there, like Antonio was saying, it was about some money situation. But if he can come out in his next fight and really give that performance, that good performance and get that victory that Santo Domingo should have gotten with Hamza Shari right there, and they stole it from him and gave it a draw, right? That was bullshit right there because he won that fight, bro. So now, yo, Santo Domingo, bro, maybe Carlos can get a good win and shit and fucking catapult. You guys got mad good fucking up and coming boxers. Rohan Polanco and shit. I was a little harsh on him, or, critical on my assessment. And it was like, oh, Edwin's giving up on Rohan. Get the fuck out of here. What interview do you see me saying that? That I said that I gave up on? No, okay, he had a fight, and that one I don't feel he was the best. But Rohan is gonna be Rohan, bro. Is he still undefeated? Yeah, all right then. So he's about to like go do Rohan shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. So San Domingo, bro. Yo, it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? But in loving fair competition, you know what I'm saying? We up right now. We up right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I hope you guys talk your shit too and celebrate your fighters, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to bring these people out. And Santo Domingo, they just got to get out there and knock some motherfuckers out, baby. And get the fans in the stands and shit. That's all, bro. You guys be back, bro. Don't worry about it. You guys be back. It's all good. Damn, man, I can't say. We hunting ducks today. What up, Bang Bang? How you doing, brother? They ducking, he said. Let me see what else. Hit them like buttons for me, guys. Come on, guys. And I'm gonna hit the 100s and the counter interact button and shit. Hit that shit for me. Let me see the love and support in the building. Yeah, they down to one front line. Yep. They down to one belt, bro. Thanks, guys. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let me see that love. Yeah, and don't worry, we going on live on our show, and we're gonna kick it. You know what I'm saying? I just was out. I got down to the lake. You know what I'm saying? Just out here. I wanted to get around, ride the bike a little bit. You know what I mean? And she's moving, man. I got her working, moving and grooving right now. I put the new the mirrors and shit on the bike. And like I said to you guys, I got that second battery and shit. Once I put that second battery, yo, it was a wrap, dog. Wrap. That shit be taking me to the moon and shit. This motherfucker right here. See it? That's the second. This is the second battery. And I put this one. I came with this one. And then I just got these shits. I put these shits on. I had to put them. I put the little lock thing, you know what I mean? Little thing on it. And I had to put that shit. So, look at it. Shit's dope, right? You know what I'm saying? And then I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to put on the gloves, the racing gloves with the two fingers cut out on the top. That's when you're like a real racer. You know what I'm saying? You're real serious because obviously you got the two fingers cut out right there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When you got the gloves with the two fingers right there, you know what I'm saying? Finger on the trigger, you know what I'm saying? Mm. Yo, hit them likes. Oh, we got 12 people watching and 12 likes. Oh, we got to get those likes up. Come in, resubscribe, and hit the like button again. Make a new account and then go back in and then hit the like button again one time for me. You know what I'm saying? What's up, guys? You got any questions? Because I'm going to be going on later anyway. We're going to talk about it. So I just wanted to bring that out there. These are the questions. How do you guys feel? And think about that. Really think about this. If Xander Zion is the weakest, why is he the best boxer out of all the champions? He's technically the better boxer all around than any of the champions. Now, I agree, the other champions have different attributes that can beat Xander. That doesn't mean just because Xander's the better boxer that he could beat these guys. No, no, that doesn't mean that. But fundamentally sound, the way the art is, the dance is supposed to be performed, Xander looks better polished than all the other champions at 154. The background's probably stronger. Sebastian Fundora got the height shit, 6'6". That's a fucking puzzle right there by itself. You know, all the holes that he lacks over the top, his defense. Sebastian got a lot of like flaws in his game where that Xander looks better. He has everything. He's a bit better than all of their boxing when it comes to footwork, defense, offense. Just a better looking boxer. His style is better polished. He's more his arming like bent and shit. His technique is better. Everything. And let me know what you guys think when you look at it that way. You know, on any boxer, great boxer, when boxing's performed the right way, you can outbox any style. You know, and if you only have just power, or you're just tall, or you know what I'm saying, like these other guys now, the contenders, like the number one guys, like the Ortizes of the division, that's different. That's different because that's everybody else in the division. I'm not talking about everybody in the rankings because there's probably better boxers than Xander. But the current champions, just the current champions, if he's so much food considered to everybody else that they're saying that he's the weakest link at 154, I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. You need to take into account Xander's boxing ability. He's going to give you a problem. You know, these guys are not boxing like Xander. Not more of a type. You know he don't box like that. Nah, he's not. He's got good power, a good pressure kind of fighter and would lure you to the ropes and hit you with that bomb short shit. Like, he's like that boss fight. You can't get hit with him too many times. He got like that one shot. You're like, my life was like that big. And he like hits you and you're done. It could be like that with Homeboy and shit. But if Xander nullifies power as a boxer, you're going to know how to do that. And I'm starting to think and I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, this is when boxing can reveal itself and really show that if you are one dimensional, a boxer will take you apart. Will take you apart. And I just think that Xander, technically, he is the better boxer out of all of them. I'm not saying he could beat them all. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. So how is he just the weakest? I can turn around and say fucking Sebastian Fundora is the weakest because he got knocked out of all the champions. He got knocked out before in his career. I could say he's the weakest because of that. Where do you see Xander getting knocked out? You know what I'm saying? So, nah, fuck that. So, and once again, the conversations without Terrence Crawford at 154, okay, guys, as the champions. Because obviously he's fighting Saul, so it's not right to count him as one of them champions. And he did vacate the other belt, didn't he? So, okay, so, but it's interesting, and I want to talk with you guys about that. I want to talk more about that and see how you guys feel, all right? So I'm going to head on out, guys. Yo, what's up? What? I see Xander holding on for his life? What do you mean? How's he holding on for his life? I didn't see that. I see here Xander Zion holding him up, clinching him, securing the win of the big lead and margin that he took out on his opponent. And his opponent just wanted him, what? For Xander to give him an opportunity on the inside? Because Xander was pitching a shutout the entire night? Then he decided, you know what? Clinch game. Taking that away from you. I'm taking everything away from you. I'm walking out of here with this belt tonight. I'm walking out of here with this belt. And I have to do what I have to do to get the job done. Masterclass boxing performance. I don't see where, Xander turned into a clincher. Then how did he win the fight? Didn't you have to have an offense? What was he doing to the other dude's face? Because I saw Chino get staggered, wobbled, rocked in several occasions in different rounds. He was getting pieced the fuck up. So it's not like Xander, all he was doing in the entire fight was clinching. He grabbed him a few times in the fight. But so what you're saying is you're gonna allow him that he grabbed him a few instances in the fight to take away the boxing clinic that he put on Chino? So you didn't see the boxing clinic. You don't watch the purity of the sport. You're not watching it for boxing, or you don't ask yourself, how did he do that? No. And then you have to also understand, you have to know how to close a match. Seal the deal. And there's several different ways than closing the show than just not getting a knockout. So you could also seal the deal and close the match by securing the win. If you have that much of a lead, he's going to need to knock you out to come back in the fight. Unless he knocks you out, you win. Sorry, buddy, I beat you. You know how when you like on Madden playing football and the guy, you're like down by 2 touchdowns and there's a minute left and the guy takes a knee and he's killing the clock and you're calling him all kinds of names. Come on, throw the ball. Bro, you had 4 quarters to beat me. There's a minute and 14 seconds left. I'm up by 2 touchdowns and you think I'm not going to run out the clock? No, you know the person that's salty? It's you. It's you. I would have gave you the chance. I would have threw the ball. You know what? Thanks a lot, bro, for being weak-minded. You're the type of person that don't know how to seal the deal. You all shucks for them. Give the opposing side an opportunity. Like they said, I don't care if it's from a mile or an inch. A win's a win. Learn how to win. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that, bro. You know, and Xander did exactly that. So, fight fans, man, yo, I just lost my blunt. It fell in the floor somewhere while I was walking. I will never find that in my life. Because everything looks like a blunt. Look, everything. I will never, ever find that. I don't have no idea where I dropped it at in the first place. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to head on out. I'll see you guys tonight. Be in the chat. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you guys think? Who's then with current champions? Who's the best boxer out of all of them? That's my question. I didn't say who's the best fighter, like knockout power, this, that. Just, their technique, the way they look, fundamentally sound. Who has it all together out of all the champions? You know what I'm saying? So, boom. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. You can check it out. He's looking at my bike. I-5 fans, man. Look at, she's a beauty. Everybody wants to look at her. All right, guys, man. I'll check you guys out. Peace.